What's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy. How you doing, mate? Are you okay? Because I hope you're doing well, and I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, of course, the daily series here on Football Therapy, my YouTube channel. The daily series where we discuss what's going on with Chelsea. I give you my opinion on it, but of course, more importantly, the collective fan opinion. And dear friends, that is yours. Today we're discussing loads of things. Chelsea's wild right now. Conor McGregor's talking about buying Chelsea, so we will comment on that. Though, he has a snowball's chance in hell of buying Chelsea. I also want to talk about Andreas Christensen looking like he's done and dusted. Finito, out the door. Now, I will of course be talking about new owners, not in this video. There is speculation and stuff, but this is a hot topic. I want to talk about Armando Broja. Arsenal want him. Apparently, he's been valued at around £60 million. Well, I hear you there, friends, saying, don't sell Broja, and I'm with you. We'll talk about all this. Lots to cover. And of course, with everything that's going on with Chelsea at the moment, and I'm doing videos all the time, at least one video a day, it's important that you subscribe. And it's equally important that when you subscribe, you make sure bell noties are turned on by clicking the bell to keep up with this, increasingly wild stories that are coming out all the time. And thank you everyone for liking the video, because I appreciate all you, my sweet, loving friends. We'll start with Christensen, then we'll go with Conor McGregor, and then we'll finish with £60 million Armando Broja. So, let's just cite a bit of information off courtoffside.com talking about Andreas Christensen. And it's a good place to start. For Chelsea defender Andreas Christensen is reportedly closing in on a free transfer to Barcelona for next season. The Denmark international is nearly at the end of his contract at Stamford Bridge, and although it will be disappointing to see him leave for nothing, it seems Chelsea fans can at least take some comfort in the fact that he doesn't want to play for another Premier League club. According to Fabrizio Romano in the tweet below, Chelsea have snubbed offers from English teams. Christensen snubbed offers from English teams to move to Barcelona, as he wanted to remain loyal to the Blues and avoid representing their rivals. Of course, I'll read you the tweet now. Andreas Christensen has turned down proposals from English clubs to be respectful with Chelsea. He is now really close to joining Barcelona as a free agent. Contract proposals better than Bayern's one. Final details missing. New meeting. Okay, basically what we're reading here is Andreas Christensen's going to Barcelona on a free transfer. Fine, I've spoken about this at length on different videos. I'm okay with it. It's a shame because he's just about to enter his prime and he's a good defender. It's frustrating and he seems like he could be the natural successor to Thiago Silva if we were going to continue this system for years to come. But, you can't think about that so much. I'd only really feel sour about it because they're probably going to get both Aspi and Christensen on free transfers. So you can imagine the banter from the Barcelona fans, like, yeah, thanks for giving us your best two defenders, because that's the kind of thing they'd say, for free. I do think there's credit to Christensen. I think Man City would have taken Andreas Christensen. I know for a fact Guardiola loves him. He's 25-year-old Premier League proven defender on a free transfer. Considering they're not happy with, Nathan Ake, they could have Dias, Laporte, and Stones isn't playing that much anymore. I think they'd love Andreas Christensen. Very good ball-playing defender. And if he's indeed turned down advances from Premier League clubs, I would speculate one of those is Manchester City, maybe Liverpool as well. So even though I won't cry for him leaving because it's frustrating as a Chelsea fan, there's probably a little bit of positive sentiment there. Look, I've grown up at Chelsea. I think we bought him when he was 14. And I've won the Champions League with Chelsea. That's my Premier League story. I don't want to go to opposition teams. So fair enough. Again, I'm not going to cry for Christensen because of, leaving us just as he's, because of the narrative. He had agreed an extension. And seemingly both club and Thomas Tuchel are disappointed with him for not committing to what he said he was going to do. Alright, so let's move on to the next part of the video and talk about Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy? Article from Lewis Pangratu. Excuse the pronunciation. On football.london. Let's read you the extracts from the article now. Conor McGregor has confirmed that he is serious about taking over Chelsea, and he believes he is the, quote, perfect man to replace Abramovich. Abramovich has been forced to sell up the club due to the fallout of the conflict, of course. Prospective buyers are now preparing their offers, and surprisingly, is it surprising, McGregor has confirmed that he's serious about taking over a football club. He even admitted that he tried to pursue Celtic and Manchester United over the past few months, and now he has Chelsea in his sights. Quote, "I do not speak in jest," McGregor tweeted on Sunday. "I am exploring this." As I said, Celtic from Dermot Desmond, Manchester United from the Glazers, and now the recently up for sale Chelsea Football Club, all being explored. A football franchise purchase is in my future. Make no mistake about it. Well, I will make a mistake about it, Conor McGregor, because I just don't think a football purchase is in your future unless it's League Two, mate. No disrespect to him. I appreciate all the stuff he's done in UFC, and it's good and bad. I'm not that clued up on UFC. Is this crazy media guy the right guy to buy a big super club, European super club, and run it accordingly? Almost certainly not. Are these tweets and sweeping statements fueled by ego and playfulness, I suppose? Ding, ding, ding. Of course, I could end up with egg on my face if Conor McGregor buys Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea will probably be looking to find some new owners that aren't so controversial and can just let them operate in peace. Of course, Hans-Jörg Wyss, who many of the Chelsea fans understandably don't want because he's not a football fan and he hates Abramovich. That would be a PR win because he's a good Scandinavian guy that plants loads of trees and wants to save the planet. But does that mean he's going to make the football club better or even continue it on a positive trajectory? Possibly not. Do you have any inclination or reason to believe that Conor McGregor can run a football club? I don't think he can run a Sunday League club. Let me know what you think. And let's move on and talk about Chelsea's wonder striker, Armando Broja. In a time where Chelsea's £100 million striker is left as an unused sub against Burnley in the Premier League, and even Timo Werner comes on, who's not been amazing at late. People talk about Chelsea strikers. Of course, Kai Havertz looking very good, grabbing a brace. I spoke yesterday in my match review about how it's positive that Kai Havertz doesn't only score just high-profile goals in Club World Cup finals, Champions League finals, or in the Champions League, etc., etc. He can also bag himself a brace away at, at Turf Moor. That kind of profile of goals too. So, Armando Broja tearing it up, and Arsenal do want Armando Broja. Lacazette's contract is up. I don't think he'll continue on. He's not quite the goal scoring quality Arsenal want to ascend to new heights. Of course, they have not been scoring a lot of goals recently. Aubameyang's gone, scoring goals for Barcelona. They don't rate Nketiah. I don't think they're going to keep him. They want a striker, and Mikel Arteta wants Armando Broja. So we're going to be quoting or citing an article by Charlie Milan from The Express. Arsenal learned Chelsea's Armando Broja transfer price as Mikel Arteta, big fan of striker. Chelsea will demand £58 million. £58 million. It sounds like a lot, £58 million, but he's just signed a new deal before he went on loan to Southampton, which maximises your transfer value. Yes, he's first season and he's a youngster in the Premier League, but he's that good. And many of you will be like, gutted if we sold him for £58 million. To sell Armando Broja in the summer transfer window, according to reports. Broja, currently on loan at Southampton, is being monitored by Arsenal among several other clubs as Chelsea mull over what to do with their academy graduate. Broja has enjoyed a fine season on loan at St Mary's this season, with the 20-year-old, so young, scoring 9 goals in 28 competitions, which is possibly not as exciting as people would think in terms of return, but a lot of these games he's come off the bench as well, and a lot of those 9 goals have been, they're not like tap-ins in the 6-yard box, they are excellent, often individual goals, and producing several impactful displays as well, which is very important in terms of how he's like come on and just looked like he's tearing it up and he's getting inside people's heads and messing with defenders, and this is where he's got his Diego Costa comparisons, just being an absolute direct nuisance, whether he's scoring a goal or not. So there's been a lot of that. It follows an 11-goal campaign in the Netherlands for Vitesse Arnhem last term, with the 10-cap Albania international making progress. Scores goals for Albania as well, of course. So even that 11 goals for Vitesse doesn't sound overly exciting. I think Mason Mount scored, from midfield, scored loads of goals for Vitesse. But he did look really, really good in the development squad, Armando Broja. If you're a fan of this channel, Football Therapy, maybe 2 years ago, I was doing videos on Broja in terms of, how good he looked in the development team, scoring like loads and loads of goals. More than a goal a game, I think, at one point. His form naturally sees Southampton wanting to keep and sign Broja permanently at the end of the season, but they are not the only club who are admirers of the front man, with Arsenal keeping close tabs on him after missing out on Dusan Vlahovic in January, of course. Going to Juventus and looking like an excellent striker. We can all understand why he chose Juve over Arsenal. Football.London says Mikel Arteta rates Broja highly as he lines up with a new number 9 with, like I said, Lacazette and Nketiah both out of contract. There you go, at the end of the season. It's unclear yet whether Chelsea or not will part ways with Broja, given they already have an abundance of attacking talent at Stamford Bridge. But Tutto Mercato Web says the Blues value the player at 58 million, which would make him their second most expensive departure ever, behind only Eden Hazard, which seems like a dramatic, sensational thing, but I think both Morata and Diego Costa went for pretty much similar than that, so he would be like in that group underneath Hazard, who of course went for a lot of money. Now, many of you probably feel quite safe in thinking, nah, mate, he's not going to Arsenal. Chelsea won't sell Broja, especially to a London rival. It's not going to happen. But the issue is, Chelsea are going to have new ownership. We don't know what their inclinations are and their prerogative is. They might want to make money quickly. They might not be able to sell Timo Werner or Romelu Lukaku. And if you are unable to sell those two strikers and you have Kai Havertz settling into the role of striker and you're less inclined to move him around again, you've got probably your 3 top earners at the football club and your 3 highest valued signings, I think. I think so. 97 million for Lukaku, 72 million for Kai. I mean, apart from Kepa Arrizabalaga, I think probably next in line is Timo Werner. So if you amortise their cost to you in terms of their transfer fee and their wages over their 5-year contracts, they're the 3 most expensive. You can't get rid of them all. You need to make money. Arsenal are offering you £60 million for an academy product. Chelsea love selling academy products. It's free money as far as they're concerned. I just want to paint a picture of concern, worry. I just want to basically say, look, it's not a given. It's not a given that Chelsea don't sell Broja, even to Arsenal. Southampton won't have that kind of money. They won't offer 60 million or 58 million. But I don't know. Arsenal spent that much on Aubameyang. There was a reason. Aubameyang was in his prime and scoring loads of goals at the highest level. They might just test Chelsea's resolve. They might be sitting in the ballroom like, you know what? It is a lot of money for this kid, but he does look really good in the Prem. And think how good it would feel for our fans if he's dunking in the Prem for years and he's a Chelsea striker, academy player. They'll love that. What do you think though? Let me know. Comment down below. Let's start with the discussion. I'm thankful to all of you who share, comment and like the video. The interactions do help me out a lot, so I want to thank you guys directly for doing so. And yes, make sure you do keep it locked, because as any stories develop with transfers, staff, ownership, I will of course be on top of it, and you can hear it all here first on Football Therapy, so make sure the bell's switched on when you subscribe. Keep it locked, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't